That's what I'm dating sim. Hopefully you'll enjoy. And as you know, every time I play a game, I usually just read and I don't talk much. So I hope y'all can enjoy the um the game as well as I will. I have headphones in to make sure I can be able to hear. I have music playing in the background, which I need to cut out because I don't know if it's going to get copyrighted. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Chat should be on. I'm going to go grab a drink because I know I'm going to need it for all the talking. I don't know if it's long or not, so I do have water instead of a soda because I need to drink more water. Mom says I need to drink more water because because she said that's why I'm always constantly thirsty. I also have cheese, so I might not. Chocolate? Alright. Alright. So, alright. I keep saying alright. Alrighty, we are good to go. Alrighty, if someone is in live, please chat. Here we go. My first time playing. I probably will go my route instead. Yes. Night 1. It feels like a lifetime ago. Sorry about that. Feels like a lifetime ago since that day. In reality, only a few months have passed since it happened. I still find it hard to believe myself. What was supposed to be just the 6th day of my job at a glorified mall because I desperately needed some form of income? A mall where most of my coworkers are robots. Then again, they tend to be more pleasant to be around than people anyway. Usually. Especially one, or I guess two. There are two minds piloting one body, technically. Two individuals' minds piloting a singular bot made an image of the sun and moon. Tasked with the sole purpose of looking after the smallest of children that aren't quite ready for the rest of the sprawling, bright, very loud, and overstimulating mall. I met them as I was still getting used to my work schedule and new environment, and I like to think we've become good friends since then. Definitely better friends than most of the human coworkers. Not that I talk to them much. Not for the lack of trying. My schedule, along with how huge this place is, means I can go the entire night only seeing one or two people at most. But in a way, not having to interact with people means less stress for me. People are unpredictable in the best of times. You don't usually know what they're after. Sometimes I wonder if it was all some weird dream, something my subconscious crafted up to fill in a sleep-deprived haze in my memory. The time I was almost murdered by a stranger in a rabbit costume, all things. Almost dragged to some dark back room, which might have been my final resting place if I had been just slightly more unlucky. I just happened to be lucky enough to be just barely rescued by Moon, who I had only met that night. I've hardly told anyone about what happened. The incident has, for the most part, stayed between me and my attacker and the bot that saved my life. To everyone else, it would probably sound like I've finally lost my mind after inhaling too much dust and lead that definitely still exists in the paint here. Not that I could blame anyone for thinking that. And yet I keep going back there. The stupid, overly monetized mall that I almost died in. I cannot read that time and time again, every night, 5 days a week. Never mind. Maybe I am just crazy. I don't think a sane person would keep working at the place where they almost got stabbed by some costume freak. Answer. Actually, I guess I feel bad if I left. The bills don't pay themselves, I guess. Oh, excuse me. But the bills don't pay themselves, I guess. I can't really afford to work somewhere else anyway. This was the only job offer I managed to land after months of searching. I guess it could be worse. I mean, I could be dead in a mall food court right now. I could be dead in a mall food court right now. Ugh. I stretched my arms above my head. I don't know if y'all can hear that. I stretched my arms above my head, trying to blink the exhaustion out of my eyes when my alarm continues to assault my ears with a piercing tone. A brief sigh escapes my lips before I finally turn over and turn off my third alarm. I guess I'm feeling extra sluggish today. I force myself to sit up and go about my routine like normal. I could probably do it in my sleep at this point if sleep driving wouldn't end with me and my car in a ditch or flying off the highway and also dead. I pull in the parking lot next to the massive building, those oh so familiar neon lights reflecting off my car. After finding and backing into a nice parking spot, I make sure I have the necessities on me: phone, keys, employee ID, wallet, lunch for later. At last, I leave my car and start the walk to the building, making extra sure my car is locked before I start the new week. Even now, I still feel like I see things in the reflection of my windshield. Every time, there's nothing there, but I can't help but do a double check. Even now, I still feel like I see things in the reflection of my windshield. Every time, there's nothing there, but I can't help but do a double take nonetheless. I tightly grip my keys in my hand like one would a knife. Not that it does much for me anyway. There's nothing there. I head inside. I sigh as I mindlessly make my way over to a small machine attached to the wall next to another door clocking in for the night. Next to it is a small whiteboard. Written on it is my name and the names of my coworker, none of whom are in the room with me at the moment. I'm gonna lay down. I read better when I'm laid down. Well, maybe not. But I am gonna lay down. The whiteboard just lists our designated break times and any specific tasks we need to go throughout our shift. That's me. I have 3 of them. First, I have a sort of check with the DJ, Music Man, since he has some behavior bug that hasn't been looked at in months. What else is new? Second, a new arcade machine has to be started and hooked up in a fastcade. Apparently, we just had a whole cabinet sitting around and no one noticed until now. And lastly, the start of several short maintenance checks for the daycare attendants. Oh, right. I haven't actually seen Sun and Moon for about 2, maybe 3 weeks now. If I remember correctly, they've been down in parts and services. Thankfully, not because something's wrong with them, but supposedly they've gotten some upgrades alongside most of the others. The maintenance. That statue still confuses me. Like, I think it's just me. I don't know why, but it just confuses me. Someone's saying, yippee, yippee! The maintenance checks are just standard procedures to make sure they're working properly. Nothing major. All the bots got them after going through any sort of change. Would be nice to talk to Sun and Moon again. In general, I haven't gotten to see them as much since I've usually not confined to just one area of the Pizzaplex anymore. I finally leave the break room, deciding to do the daycare attendance maintenance check first. It's sort of out of the way since my other two tasks are in the arcade. That, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a bit curious to see any cool visuals changes to Cinnamon. Hello. The Glamots got upgraded by about 3 months ago. Primarily visual changes to make them more expressive and lifelike. Give me a minute. Give me a minute, guys. Oh, I hurt my leg. I hurt my leg. Alrighty. I have chat ready now. So if y'all want to speak, y'all can. Alrighty. I have chat ready now. So if y'all want to. The Shamrocks got upgraded about 3 months ago. Primarily visual changes to make them more expensive and lifelike. As I'm walking, I already see some of the security staff bots wandering about, dotted amongst the small crowds of remaining people. The Pizzaplex is going to be closing soon. As I'm walking, I already see some of the security staff bots. I don't need to hear that over and over. As I'm walking, I already see some of the security staff bots wandering about, dotting amongst the small crowds of remaining people. The Pizzaplex is going to be closing soon, so that's to be expected. Though, that does remind me of someone else I haven't seen in a while. Vanessa. I still remember trying to tell her about what happened to me that one night, the night I was attacked. She and the other security staff said they looked into it, but the security cameras apparently picked up nothing. Everything from that time period is just gone. Definitely not concerning or anything. They have some more human security guards present during the next week or so just in case. But nothing came of it, at least from what I've heard after the fact. Maybe it was effective. Or maybe whoever attacked me was just waiting for them to give up. I don't have time to worry about the past, though as awful as it was, I literally, I can't say literally right, because I always say re at the end. My brother hates it for some reason. Literally, I can't do anything about it now. Trust me, I tried. I'm assuming whatever forms and such I'll need will be at the desk as I stop outside the daycare. I try to get a look inside through the glass, but the lights are out. I decided to just bite the bullet and got inside. I glanced at the padded floor that sits just beyond the desk. On it are several little kids, fast asleep between mats and small blankets. I keep quiet for now so as to not disturb them as I look around for a very similar robot. Considering his height and glowing red eyes, he shouldn't be hard to miss, but I don't see him amongst the kids he's supposed to be looking after. Strange. Yep, there he is. Hold on. Yep, there he is. Hold on, wait. No. Wait, no, stop. Yeah, music can be down. I just realized I made the thing way too slow. Put that in the middle. He doesn't seem to notice me yet. Already busy carrying one more child back to the others. I'll watch. I decided not to disturb him for now and simply watch him do the very thing he was made for while he still doesn't even notice me. Hold on, I think I read that wrong. I decided not to disturb him for now and simply watch him do the very thing he was made for a while he still doesn't even notice me. It's a sweet sight. I still remember his playful, mischievous antics, so it's nice to see him be so quiet and careful with the children he's responsible for. For a moment, I think I heard the faintest sound of a music box, but that thought is interrupted as Moon finally sees me behind the desk. His expression is almost one of surprise, but he does spare me a wave as he stays sat by the kids for another minute or two. Sorry, my ear's hurting for some reason. During that short time, I searched around for my maintenance forms left for me. Found it. My ear? I think I made that way too loud, but okay. I stand up fully, form in hand, as Moon approaches the desk. Nice to see you again. Moon's permanent smile grows ever so slightly as he waves. However, his expression is still a calm one. I guess still not trying to be too excited so he doesn't wake up the kids.
Likewise. Very, very nice to be let out of the basement.
You mean parts and services?
I see no difference.
I chuckle, shaking my head. Nice to see nothing's changed, except his look. That's noticeably different. Nothing too drastic, but clearly something new. So were the changes they made mainly visual?
Well, they wouldn't send you in here just to look at me, would they?
Let me do this one. It's the top one. I mean, I don't mind. I plant one hand on the desk, my other hand holding the form as I lean forward slightly. My screen is going black. Hold on. Moon just shakes his head, amused.
How flattering.
I can't help but giggle, tilting my head. I know, I'm great.
And easily distracting.
Moon pokes my forehead before gesturing to the form in my hand.
Focus.
I honestly can't tell if that was a genuine push to put... I honestly can't tell if that was a genuine push to focus on my job or if he's just messing with me. I sigh, still wearing a faint smile as I try to get back on topic. I was told to do some kind of maintenance check, you know, just to make sure whatever they change doesn't backfire and explode everywhere.
Yes, I know.
I'm smashing my teeth. Ow. Hold on. Ow. I got it open. Well, at least I think I did. No, I did not. Dang it. I got it. I know I did, because it ripped through the entire package. There's a little spice to it. I don't know why. Anyways, yes, yes, and no.
It's not my first time.
Moon spares the occasional glance back toward the sleeping children, probably just making sure we're not waking them up. This is why I grabbed water, because this cheese is spicy for some reason. Yep, very spicy. I do not have a spice tolerance. I don't know. Moon bears the occasional glance back towards the sleeping children, probably just making sure we're not waking them up. I take a look at the first question as Moon slouches a bit, resting his arm on the back of the desk so we're closer to eye level with each other. He still towers over me even then, but an effort was made. What is standard protocol from when a child's parent or guardian doesn't show up by the designated pickup time?
Have staff contact them. If there's no reply, call their emergency contact. If there's no reply from them, have staff contact authorities until the child can be picked up.
Define the warning system for repeating Define the warning system for repeated misbehavior from children.
1 warning for every 2 incidents. 6 warnings on a temporary ban. 10 earns a permanent ban.
Makes sense. 1 out of 8 blueprints. Oh no. Okay then.
A ban is earned quicker if the behavior calls for it.
Name an example.
Physical violence towards other children or staff.
What is the standard protocol for when a parent or guardian doesn't show up with their child at the designated drop-off time? The other ones pick up, this one was drop-off.
Staff contact them after 20 minutes. If an hour passes and they don't show up, mark them as a no-show.
What do you do if a parent or guardian is behaving aggressively?
Remain polite. Continue to assist until they leave. Report to staff afterwards and let them handle it.
And if an unidentified individual is spotted in the pizzaplex after closing, what do you do?
Capture, restrain, and call security.
Good. I think that's everything. Looks like you did pretty well, so I wouldn't worry too much. I think Moon is about to say something, but I spot a few people standing by the door. Oh, can I help you? I'm interrupted by Moon stepping in front of me, straightening up his posture so he looks a bit more professional and less like a gremlin.
Sorry about that. It is pickup time, yes.
His tone is noticeably lighter too. Still has that touch of raspiness that's very much unique to him, still has that touch of raspiness that's very much unique to him. Still has that touch of raspiness that's very much unique to him specifically, but it's softer. There we go. I said it right. Now that I think about it, it's not long before the daycare closes. It closes about 2 hours before the rest of the Peachflix does, so I guess it shouldn't be surprising that a bunch of parents are showing up now. One of the parents, a clearly exhausted adult woman, speaks first. Yeah, sorry to bother you two.
No, don't apologize. Just wait right there.
Moon walks back to the sleeping kids, quietly sitting down next to one of them and gently waking him up. I'm assuming it's the son of the woman that just spoke to him. The woman remains stood by the desk, yawning and brushing her hair out of her face as her other arm hangs limp, just barely, not dropping her purse. Try to help. I saw that. I feel kind of awkward just standing around, so I leave the room on the desk and hand over the two of them, making sure to keep my footsteps light and my voice low. Want me to grab the kids' stuff for you? There's a bunch of little cute cubbies by the desk for the kids to store personal belongings, so I figured I could at least help with that. Moon glances at me, carrying the tired boy in his hands.
You don't have to do that. But if you really want to.
Sorry, I'm doing something. Moon uses one hand to point towards the cubbies, one arm more than enough to comfortably hold the child as he wakes up fully.
Third one on the left, top row.
On it. I do as instructed, retrieving a small blue backpack and waiting for the desk alongside the mother. I hand the bag to the mother, who thanks me while Moon helps the kid fully wake up so he may walk on his own. The boy is still clearly tired, but gives Moon a final hug before sluggishly walking to his mom, who lightly grabs his hand. Thank you so much, both of you. A smile makes its way to my face, even though it doesn't really do anything. No problem.
Anytime. This is what I was made for, after all.
Excuse me. The mom waits before leaving her kid beside her. I've had to work with guests occasionally during this and previous jobs, so it really is nice to have even one person that treats you like a human being rather than a verbal punching bag. I'm not still questioning that. I'm wondering about something. I don't know if the person on here was abused verbally, not physically, but verbally, and maybe that's why she's saying that. Because me and my sister were talking about it, and like we were watching it on TV, and then I went to see if it was okay to play. And I was like, and it was, so I played. So I waited for like 2 or 1 day before actually playing the game and going live on it just to see y'all. But yeah, we figured that we were abused verbally, not physically, because the way she said that, not the way the person in the game said that. So, yeah. I've had to work with guests occasionally during this and previous shows, so it really is nice to have even one person that treats you like a human being rather than a verbal punching bag. Unfortunately, I can't stick around and hang out with robots my entire shift. I still have other things to do. I double check to make sure I actually find all the questions on the form. My next task is hooking up that new arcade cabinet, so I spare me one final way for I rest. He waits back, continuing with his job. Okay. At least this won't be the only time I get to actually talk to him. I have to keep doing these maintenance checks for the rest of the week. Walking into the lobby, there's still a good amount of people here. Heck, I can see a good amount of them grouped up close to the entrance. Probably one of the glam rocks doing photos or something. Honestly, the pizza place does actually seem like fun when you can actually see how many people come here willingly. That and the robots wandering around, the sound of kids running about, and the upbeat 80s music blasting from the speaker does give this place a nice liveliness to it. Make this job less soul draining, kind of. I'm still speaking, right? I have no idea. The speaker does give this place a nice liveliness to it. Make this job less soul draining, kind of. I'm still speaking, right? I have no idea. Yes, I am fine. Finally, I arrive at the third floor, this time being greeted by loud techno music. I look around for the machine I'm supposed to restore, catching a glimpse of someone new. A decently pleasant surprise at being the face of the entire establishment, Freddy himself. That being the face of this entire establishment, Freddy himself. He seems to be looking for something until his eyes notice me, and he visibly brightens up. Greetings. So, Onyx, hold on. I just lost my earbud, and now I cannot hear. Hey, Freddy. I'm supposed to be fixing up some old arcade cabinet. Any clue where that is?
Yes, I figured you'd be in the area by now. I was told to help you find it in case you were having trouble. Here, follow me.
I follow him, smiling just a bit at his ever-friendly demeanor. I know all the robots were made to be approachable to some degree, but Freddy really takes it to another level. I once had to get him out of a freezer that he was left in overnight. Why? Why? My first question is, why is he in a freezer? And he told me he was sorry for, oh God. And he told me he was sorry for the inconvenience. Because only Freddy could be literally stuffed in the freezer by himself for 12 hours and think he's the one in the way. Shouldn't he not be working if he was in the freezer? I don't know. My main question is still, why was he in the freezer in the beginning? I guess all the bots here have their quirks. For being overly nice, even when stuffed in an icebox, literally tearing our own room apart like a twister and making it the staff's problem. I wonder who could that be, huh? Who could have that be? Being literally overly nice, even when stuffed in an icebox, literally tearing their own room apart like a twister and making it the staff's problem. Definitely not speaking from my own experiences with a very particular gator. Now, why does that sound familiar? I'm playing around. I know who it is. As we walk, Freddy occasionally waves at guests, mainly smaller kids that are excited to see Freddy up close. Not that I can really blame them. Freddy looks pretty cool in this and his new getup, very 80s inspired to go with the theme of the Pizzaplex. He eventually stops walking and gestures to the machine I have to restore. Next to it is a small toolbox along with various cleaning supplies. And all the stuff I need to actually fix it is there. Thank God. Thank you, by the way.
Anytime.
Freddy, remember, last stage of 30.
It's Roxanne, I know who it is. Because I know the voice. I've played the not Freak Circus. I've played the Freak Circus way too many times. I've played the FNAF game multiple times, and I've also watched the FNAF game multiple times. So I know Roxanne's voice. I am a huge fan of the FNAF game. I'm a fan of the Sun and Moon show, because they are FNAF, basically. I instantly look towards the source of the voice along with Freddy, although I do not watch the Lunar and Earth show a lot. A small crowd of children surround two more bots. A wolf with high-speed racer getup and a gator adorned with spikes and random tears in his outfit I don't feel like asking about.
Don't worry. I didn't forget. I was just helping our friend here. That's all.
Just reminding you. All of you will be there for the show, right?
Her tail sways back and forth as she addresses the many kids crowding her, several of them cheering and running around excitedly.
Ha! Knew it.
You're just always right, aren't you?
I love his eyes, I don't know why.
Yeah, actually. Thanks for noticing.
Okay, my personal favorite out of every single one of them is the gator. The gator is my favorite. So Roxanne's my second. Freddy is my third. Sun and Moon are my fourth. I haven't seen Chica yet, so I don't know where she is placed in thing. Dang it. Yeah, actually, thanks for noticing. Hello to you too. I spared them away, which they return as they go back to entertaining the kids.
This is where we part ways for now. Good luck with that machine, by the way.
Thanks. I'll probably need it. If it was cuteness, it's probably going to be Chica if they're going with more cuteness to it. Because even in the game, Chica is cute. Like, Chica's like one of my cutest ones. If I was grading it by cuteness, it would be Chica, Freddy, Roxanne, and Freddy. No, well, Freddy and Roxanne are more of a cool spectrum rather than the cute spectrum. I don't know. But yeah, I do see Freddy and Chica being cute, or Roxanne and Monty are just cool in their own way. Thanks, I'll probably need it. Freddy smiles and waits for leaving to join the others, leaving me to deal with this beaten up, dusty as hell arcade cabinet. I should have put a warning that there was going to be cuss words in it. Oh well. It's not made for kids, so of course none of my stuff is made for kids, actually. Because I go a bit extreme when it comes to murder and gore. Sorry, kids. You're not gonna watch that. Apparently, we just had this thing laying around in some storage room for God knows how long, and only now decided to dig it up and actually do something with it. Okay, I've already had it. When I first saw the game on like the screen, when the game popped up, I'm like, is that Eclipse's game? Because in the other game, there was an Eclipse with 4 arms. So, maybe. The colors on the cabinet are faded. There's visible scratches in some place, and there's a bunch of gunk and cobwebs all over it. Gross. Praying I don't find anything dead in this cabinet. That would be bad. Maybe not as bad as something living in the cabinet, though. Yeah, I don't really. Both sound mildly traumatizing, and I don't have the money for therapy right now. I do get started by opening a panel on the back with a screwdriver. My lungs immediately get bombarded by a cloud of dust. Bombarded. I have to drop the panel and cover my mouth with my sleeve as a coughing fit takes over. Do I even want to wonder when this thing was last clean? Or what ancient germs I might have just picked up? A staff butt stops next to me at one point, head tilted and hand slightly outstretched, and what I think is meant to be concerned. I'm fine, thanks. I do manage to stop coughing after a minute after a minute taking a few breaths as the bot continues going about its business. Maybe I should have asked for a biohazard mask before starting. And repair minigames. Select such buttons in the correct order to proceed. I'd rather focus than talking. Alright. Oh wait, does it get increasingly faster? Oh shit, I think I missed that part when reading. My hand has gone numb. Wakey wakey. Don't fall asleep. This one. Hard done. Nice. I did it. I was a little nervous. I love memory games. It helps me a lot. Alright, nothing went wrong yet. Hopefully it stays that way when I actually get this thing plugged in and turned on mentally, keeping my fingers crossed. There's one empty outlet left, so I plugged the machine into that. The screen is clearly on, just pitch black. Did I just... I tried waiting a minute, thinking it just needs some time to boot up. Nothing happens though. I tried patting the side of the machine, hoping that that magically fixes it. Maybe it just needs some reassurance. You never know. Nothing. Still a dark screen staring me in the face. Sighing, I use an old ancient technique called slamming my fist into the side of the machine. Usually that works, usually it doesn't. Well, let's see if this case it does. Ancient technique called slamming my fist into the side of the machine. The screen finally lights up as the speaker starts playing a cheerful 8-bit tune. Yep, it works. Balloon World. Huh. Well, it seems to be working okay. It definitely looks way nicer than when I first saw it. Not to pat myself on the back or anything. That took up a lot of time now, and it's nearing my break time, so I decided to leave it as is. Actually, now that I think about it, the daycare should be closing by now. Maybe I could pay Sun and Moon another visit and eat my lunch there. I have to make the trek back to the break room first, but I think trek means trail. I think. No, it means trip. It must mean trip. Yeah, trip. When I enter the lobby again, there's still a few people. However, clearly way less than way less than there were when I got here. The break room was also still empty when I arrived, but that's nothing new. I clock out for my break before going to the whiteboard to erase the break time written for me. However, I also noticed another name. Apparently, Vanessa's also supposed to be here. I haven't seen her at all though. Supposedly she's been out sick for a while, and that's why I haven't seen her in a few weeks. Hopefully it's nothing serious considering how long it's been already. A few weeks of being out of work sounds rough. I snapped myself back to reality, not wanting to taste my break. I set myself back to reality, not wanting to voice my break, lost in my own thoughts. I grabbed my food from the small locker offered to me before making my way through the lobby. I make sure I'm not noticeably by guests as I head into the daycare. The light's now on. When I hear faint humming from the other side of the room when I walk in. He's singing the daycare song. I told you. I played the game and watch it on the PS4 and on my Nintendo, so I know the daycare music all too well, and I know that someone was just singing it. I hear faint humming from the other side of the room when I walk in. There's something on my arm. I figured that must be Sun, so I decided to head over. Now that I can actually see more of the daycare, it's no wonder these two have to spend the entire night about, aside from Moon's hourly patrol around the place. I couldn't read that for some reason. I can't see that. The area by the door is mostly organized, but everywhere else is kind of a wreck. The mats and blankets are scattered all over where the kids were previously sleeping. There's glitter, paper, and other craft supplies everywhere. Small plastic tables and chairs knocked over, and various colorful stains on the ground and I think that's grounds and structures that I'm assuming is paint. Oh shit! I did not mean to do that. I was trying to press the menu. Go to history. Stains on the ground and structures. Yep, I was right. It was ground. Honestly, I kind of want to help, but I also have to eat, and I don't think I won't have time for both. I do have time to at least say hi to Sun, though, who's currently busy picking up all the drawings and other paper scraps left on the floor. He leaves a pile of them on the desk, humming to himself. Hey, Sun. Sun immediately turns in my direction, smiling brightly as he usually does. Well, he comes over to greet me with a hug.
Friend, hello! So nice to have you back.
He has to lean down a lot to actually hug me, which I've gotten used to by now. Yeah, I was hoping to say hi to both of you. Now that you're all upgraded and stuff. I can't read that, so it takes me time.
Aw, well, thank you.
It takes me time to read it because I can't see
I
it.
do hope the new look was worth the wait.
Sun does a cute little twirl, paper still in hand, as he poses on a typical showman matter. Sun's personality is a cute spectrum, but his looks are like a cute, cool spectrum. So there's a bit of a mixture. My favorite detail out of the sun and moon is that Sun's ribbons are blue, and on moons they're actually red, which is my favorite little detail. I love it a lot. Sun does a cute little twirl, paper still in hand, as he poses in a typical showman manner. Which one do I do? What do you think about it? I think it's cute. I like the little bow tie with the bell on it, especially. Sun torso starts spinning as he giggles to himself, one hand seemingly covering his face as if embarrassed.
I'm glad you think so.
Adorable. Again, I can't fight the smile that curls on my face, still endearing as ever. I do eventually have to go take a seat at the desk, though I can already feel my body demanding food from me, and I'm not about to go ignoring it. If you don't mind, I'm going to be eating my lunch over here. Sun spares away. I've already focused on his cleaning duties.
Go on.
I turn and start walking back, eventually placing my foot on the desk. However, I do notice I accidentally left a trail of glittery paint-filled footsteps behind me. What was once a clean floor. Oops. One thought I even stepped on any white paint. The world may never know. If it was me, I would say eat now because I'm a food addict. But if it was also me in another way, if without food, I would say clean up. But my most attention is to clean up now because it was our fault. I figure I can spare another few minutes cleaning that up, right? Thankfully, there's a roll of paper towels and a bottle of disinfectant under the desk, so I just used those. I gotta drink water. Alright, sorry about that. Thankfully, there's a roll of paper towels and a bottle of disinfectant under the desk, so I just used those. Sorry if I repeat the lines. I just do, because I want to make sure that you're all hearing this. It does take longer than I thought, mainly just because glitter is annoying to clean up, and the paper towels took out the paint like nothing. Even after a few minutes, I haven't gotten rid of all of it. Somehow I got on my sleeves too. Definitely not gonna be free from that anytime soon.
No, let me get that.
You sure? Some presses his finger to my lips, shushing me.
No arguing. Sit back down and let me handle it. Please.
I shrug as he pulls his hand away before I reluctantly sit down and leave Sun to deal with my mess while I eat. If you insist.
Yes, I insist. I appreciate the effort, though.
Really, I do. I don't know why, but it didn't pop up for me. I smile. He at least seems genuine about it. It was kind of my fault, but alright.
How how's your shift been?
I look up, not really expecting him to make small talk. Ow. Right now, he's moved on to picking up and putting away the sleeping mats and blankets from earlier. It's been fine. Nothing all that exciting. Maybe just said hi. Mainly just said hi to you and Moon. Did that maintenance thing and got a new arcade machine up and working.
Oh, fun! Did you happen to see the DJ while you were there?
Yep, he was making new music on the spot as usual. Actually, speaking of, I have to go back to him when I'm done here. Apparently, he's had some weird behavior glitch that messes with his security protocol. Something, so it's never been active.
Huh. Aren't we all too familiar with behavior bugs?
Yep. Hopefully, it won't take up the rest of my shift, though. Otherwise, I think we'll have a different problem.
No kidding.
I'm about to say something else when I hear a ding from my phone. Taking a look at it, I have a message from my coworker, also on shift. Hey, sorry to bother you. For some reason the power went out in the arcade. So do you think you could get that checked out once you're done with your break? Thanks. Oh, great. Maybe I jinxed myself by thinking that plugging in the new game would go smoothly. My thoughts get cut off when I see a sun-shaped shadow casting over the desk, and I look up to see Sun himself looking at my phone.
What you doing?
What you doing? Nothing. Apparently the power got knocked out in the arcade, so that's one more thing for me to fix.
Oh, darn. Not one day goes by without something breaking in this place.
Not a single one.
At least you were already headed back up there, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'll have enough time to fix that and whatever's going on with DJ.
You can't ask someone for help?
Or at least tell them you're already busy. I shrug. I don't want to make it someone else's problem. At worst, I'll stay a bit later so I can finish everything.
You sure?
I nod, tapping a response from my coworker saying I'll take care of it before putting my phone in my pocket. I stand up and stretch, preparing to say bye to Sam before going about the rest of my shift. If I don't see you later today, I'll at least be seeing you tomorrow when I do that maintenance check thing again.
Alrighty. Good luck with your work. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I mean it.
Huh. Yeah, no promises.
I mean it.
Me too. Sun and I exchange waves goodbye. It's like grin on my face while I leave for the daycare. It will probably be the last time tonight. While Sun continues cleaning up the daycare alone for the rest of the night. Only to have to do it again tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, forever. Or however long this place stays open. I spare one glance through the glass. The Sun turned away from me, walking to some other corner of the daycare and disappearing from sight. Sighing, I make one quick trek to the break room to clock back in. By now, it's about 2:30 a.m., only a few more hours. As I expected, the arcade is completely dark and dead silent, an almost unsettling contrast to the bright neon lights and headache-inducing music from just an hour ago. I know there's some levers and a breaker in here somewhere. I have to find them if I want to restore power to this place. No one's around right now, so I decided to just use my phone's flashlight to guide me. Let me get my other headphone in. I have one headphone out because for some reason it was very loud in my ear. When the people were here. Now it's quiet. Headphones are recommended for this portion, which makes use of directional sound. I'm really bumping into a row of arcade machines. Already wrong way. I keep going forward. I think I'm going the right way. I don't really know. I still have trouble remembering where things are in here sometimes. There's a row of arcade machines to my left. That's out. Oh my god, that was loud in my ear. My ear again screamed the second time. I go to the right, closer to one of the walls. Thankfully, I do spot a lever between two arcade machines in it, and I flip it on. Cool, that's one. If I remember correctly, there's 2 more levels. I have to flip before I can go reset the breaker. Go forward towards the left side of the arcade from where I came in. I don't see anything yet, so I keep walking until I see to the wall of where I was. I go left, this time passing by the staircase leading to the second floor of the arcade. I should probably head up there at some point. But for now, I do see another level on the wall to my right. Why we don't have all the levers in the same place, I don't know. I figured it's smarter to not question it for now and simply flip the switch before I make a U-turn to head upstairs. Just one more lever and I can go back down and finally get the power back on. I go left towards the wall. And see there was before, just a few cabinets of those basketball things and a dance pad. Honestly, I can't help but wonder how many times someone's on the dance pad been hit with a stray basketball. Luna-sol-onyx, focus. Another dead end stares me in the face. Great. There's nothing even that interesting in this quarter. Back I go. Keep going forward, spotting the final lever on the wall, on the far wall. I pick up the pace just a bit, wanting to get this done sooner rather than later. I'm about to flip the switch without any issue. I'm able. I don't know why I keep on saying about. I'm able to flip the switch without any issue, so I retrace my steps back down the stairs. I think we had the breaker moved to be closer to the main stage, so I'm going to try heading there. I know I can hear something nearby, something robotic moving around. Probably just another staff bot. There's usually way more of them roaming around by now. I simply decide to go forward, figuring I'll bump into the stage eventually. It's kind of hard to miss. I eventually see the raised platform to the edge, at the edge of my phone's flashlight, and I head over to the empty space on the right of it. I glance to my left for just a second, only catching a glimpse of one of the DJ many large hands. He doesn't seem to be moving now. Try to focus on the task at hand, open the breaker, and quickly resetting the power. With one final switch flipped, I can hear something just beyond the wall. Power on, a strong buzzing erupting from the breaker, and noises above me, which I can only describe as mechanical. The power should be turning back on by about now. One more thing taken care of. Only one left. I knew that was going to pop up. That's why I turned it down. Ow. I think my back hit a corner of one of those game arcades or something. It hurts. I rub on my shoulder blades, a throbbing pain still shooting through my back. Meanwhile, Moon can only cover his mouth with one hand and laugh at misery as the wire holds him a few feet in the air. Ha 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 ha. Right, it's almost the end of the hour. Makes sense that Moon would be out and about. Well, you now stand corrected. Moon, oh shit, I almost dropped my water bottle on my face. Moon lowers to the ground before offering me a hand, which I take as he helps me back up. What about the one on top? Actually, I want to do the one on top. Hello, I did not read it for some reason. You owe me one now. I'm laughing at my own reaction, but I can still feel the pain lingering on my back. What? I just need helping you back up.
What's that right in my spot, but I completely missed. Why is there a knife on
No.
the bed?
The power finally starts returning to the arcade, however not abiding by the nighttime sequence for some reason. The lights aren't even completely on yet, but I see sun's rays strike out of Moon's faceplate. Whoa, you okay? Okay, he's mad. Hey, that looked like it hurt. I remember the bloopers. I watched them. Son! I have to raise my voice slightly, which I don't enjoy doing. I'm fine. Are you two okay, though? Does it hurt when you do that? Sorry if I'm prying, though. Just kinda noticed. Son shrugs, one hand grasping his other arm as his brace seems to shrink back into his head a bit.
Are you alive?
He puts the word hurt in air quotes, which makes sense. He wasn't made to feel anything. Oh, maybe try not to do that, I guess. I mean, thanks for being concerned, but don't go hurting each other in return, okay? Son lets go of his arm as he straightens back up, as if letting out a deep breath. I happen to catch a glance toward the DJ station. Did the outage do that? I guess it makes sense. He's here all the time, so his power source is probably linked to whatever powers the arcade. Then again, I'm not fully sure how he works, much less how he doesn't chug through electricity at his massive size. I think I said that right. I don't know. Shum retreats towards the ceiling with the wire. When I look up, he puts a finger to his mouth in a shushy motion. Probably doesn't want other staff knowing we're seemingly just standing around making small talk. On oh so precious company time. Thank God Son left when he did. It turns out one of my supervisors wants to see me. Looks like you got the power working. Yeah, the GG's been shut off though. Yeah, don't worry about him. Probably just went through a hard reboot after his power source was suddenly cut off. It's normal. You were going to check out the bug of his, right? Yep. And just leave it for now. If everything else about him still works, he should be in safe mode now. You sure? About 87% sure, yeah. You just make sure he reboots okay and nothing else breaks, and you can be done for the night. Someone should be getting the nighttime sequence here back up and running too, so don't worry about that either. Alright. My supervisor waves for walking off. Good luck, luna-sol-onyx. Thanks. As I leave, I make my way to the DJ stage. Thankfully, there's a toolbox just beyond the stage archway, just out of sight from where the audience would be. I pick it up and search around the DJ for some sort of removable panel where I can directly access his systems and make sure he is powered on safely. What?
Cheese.
Spicy cheese. It is very spicy. You might want to just throw it away. Just throw it away. I'm live right now, so I cannot throw it away. Can you just throw it away? What?
I freaking missed.
I pick it up and search around the DJ for some sort of removable panel where I can directly access his systems and make sure he's powered on safely. Eventually I do find it, and I had to pull myself onto his back as if I were climbing a mountain, but it's there. I unscrew and detach the panel, placing it in the toolbox next to me. Something drops onto the stage. I look over to see Moon still on the wire, standing in the cast shadow of the archway. He silently gazes at the DJ for a moment. Don't worry about him. Getting him powered on right now. Thankfully, it looks like everything is in order, so I let him reboot fully. I have it on mute because I don't want it to do that thing. After a minute, the DJ head tilts from where Moon is standing. It's hard for me to see what his expression is. The ground beneath him begins to shift when the DJ props himself on its hind 6 large arms, and I have to hold on to him in order not to fall. Moon just laughs. I realize what he's doing just as the DJ starts backing up. Hey, I'm still up here. Hey, I'm still here. The DJ suddenly stops before lowering himself to the ground. I quickly place the panel on his back before hopping off. Not trying to fall and break your bones today. No thanks. He thinks this is hilarious. Says the guy that had the massive robot move, knowing I was on his back. I roll my eyes, putting the toolbox back where I found it. Well, how about you? His hands rest on the stage, head tilted slightly as he blinks at me. You feeling okay? He nods. I smile. Good to hear. I lightly rolled the back of my neck a bit surprised. I just powered him on, but whatever you say. Moon shakes his head, but the smile on his face remains as he and the DJ exchange glances. Thankfully, everything seems to be fine, so I'm allowed to leave basically whenever and pray that nothing else goes wrong after I leave. That should be everything, I think. So, I forgot to do the So, Moon? My supervisor's back. Shit. I guess I was too distracted to notice. Moon, why aren't you patrolling? You know you don't have all the time in the world, and neither do we. Moon's expression visibly shifts as he stands upright, towering over me and my supervisor. I saw you making small talk. Try to save it for when you're back in the daycare and luna-sol-onyx isn't on shift. Please. Sorry, I'll leave. His faceplate tilts slightly as his usual shit-eating grin grows. My supervisor doesn't seem all that amused, though as they sigh and keep talking. You know what? If someone other than me saw this, they might just erase you from that body completely. Moon's smiling, but there's something off about it. There's nothing happy about that face he's wearing. What? That didn't sound normal. Moon stares down at them, his hands seem oddly tense as he looks over them. My supervisor is seemingly unfazed, but they say nothing. Moon, it's fine. Moon smiles shrugs as he glances at me for a moment. I struggle to find words, but I speak up again. We can always hang out another time, when I'm not busy, I mean. I glance down at his hand, still tense, before looking back up at his face, trying to somehow send him a mental hint to back off for his own sake. Eventually, his expression relaxes as he gives us some space. So, right. The DJ seems to be fine, so you can go home whenever. Have a good night. You too. We leave without another word. The GHA, who's been watching in silence, slowly shifts one massive hand towards Moon, who places one hand on top of it. You doing okay? Moon doesn't respond for a moment, but eventually looks at me with a smile. I'm not exactly convinced, but maybe I shouldn't pry. Huh? But... Moon, I'm not tired. Moon points directly at my face. Yes, my sleep schedule still isn't the best, but it doesn't need to rub it in like that. Genetics? Moon raises an eyebrow for letting the cable lift him off the ground. I'm not. That mischievous grin returns as Moon laughs at my perpetual tired face. I roll my eyes and hop off the stage, making my way to the elevator. I guess I'll see you tomorrow then? Moon trails behind me for a bit. Alright. Take my phone out of my pocket to look at the time. About 3:20 in the morning. The nighttime sequence is ending soon. I guess sooner than I thought, though, as the light returns to their regular fluorescent shade, and I turn to see Moon wave at the robotic body shift into Sun. Hey. Sun has his usual smile, but there's something off about it. Maybe what just happened with Moon upset him or something. Sometimes I forget that the two of them can still see through each other's eyes, even if they're not the one currently active. I shrug. I could probably spare some time, but Moon insisted. Sun gently ushers me toward the elevator with the one hand. I nod, pressing the elevator button and waiting for the room to open. But behind me I hear the usual sounds of gears and robotic within Sun and Moon's shared body fade away suddenly. Trying to look and they're gone. I guess that makes sense. Today started off fine, but got a bit weird at the end. I haven't really seen Sun and Moon argue before, or at least however close I can get to seeing an argument, considering only one controls the body at a time. And it's never been about anything too serious, just playful bickering, usually caused by Moon trying to get a rise out of Sun. I don't know if the update changed anything, but hopefully tomorrow is better. About to head into the break room, only for the door to suddenly be pulled away from my hand. I look up, I see Vanessa just about to leave. She's also wearing one of those black cloth medical masks. Oh, hey. I say we're both equally surprised. How have you been? I look back from the door just to get out of her way and give her some space. I haven't seen you around much, and some of the others started wondering if you're okay, so... Vanessa quickly walks past me, almost speed walking to the other side of the lobby as she coughs into her arm. Real quick, I'm gonna see what the other one does before going back to it. Okay, so that's one. Okay, I just wanted to read it for real quick. That's it. Oh, cute.
Are you skipping some lines, by the way?
No, I'm not skipping some lines. I'm
There
going
are some
back.
lines that you skip.
No, I went back. There's a back button, Genevieve. How have you been? I back away from the door just to get out of her way and give her some space. I haven't seen you around much, and some of the others started wondering if you're okay, so... Vanessa quickly walks past me, almost speed walking to the other side of the lobby as she coughs into her arm. Alright, weird. I wanted to at least know how she's doing, but I guess she has better things to do. I let out a tired sigh as I entered the break room, using my ID to clock out before double checking to make sure I still have my phone, keys, and wallet on me. Thankfully I do, so I go to leave the Pizzaplex for the night. Tomorrow is another day. To be continued in night 2. Thanks for playing. Thank you for the people that actually watched my live stream to the very end. And I'll see you guys next time on the luna-sol-onyx channel.